So you don't have to go out searching for people. They actually sign up. You just put your name in there, you put in your product, and then they turn around and say, I want to work with you. They have gifting options, so you don't have to pay the influencer money. We all talk about, oh, it's $10,000 to work with an influencer. Brand Snob has an option where you just say, I'm just going to give you my product. If you like it, promote it. If you don't promote it. It's easy to use. The influencers are verified, and they come to you, which is best of all. And then my second choice is peoplemap.co. That's my choice at the moment. This one is always changing, so I had another one that I really a month, but you can go in and search, and it's a database, and then you get in there and you say, I want an influencer that talks about chocolate cake, and you can find someone that does that. So peoplemap's a great, peoplemap.co is a good one, and Brand Snob. So that is my current way of working. If you don't have the time to look for influencers in peoplemap.co, just jump onto Brand Snob and set up an account with them. So what are the best ways to work with influencers? A lot of people say, okay, I'm meant to work with influencers, but what am I meant to do? So do gifting campaigns when you're starting out. I always like to test out the influencers. I always say get 10, 20 influencers. And if you've never done it before, don't go for more than 10. And I'll tell you why. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And then later on, you're going to go, oh, I should have done that differently. So 5 to 10 when you're starting out. Try them out. Even if you're in a rush, just do that once. And then you're going to realize what you can do better the next time. Sell yourself in your campaign. I cannot stress this enough. When you set up a campaign on Brand Snob, think of it as if you're selling your product to your audience. So you want to be there saying, oh, this is the best product and these are the reasons why. You don't just say, oh, I've got this product, will you promote it for me? So really get in there and say, this is my product, these are the benefits, and we're looking for people who have this type of audience. Mums, or they're over the age of 50 or under the age of 40, whatever it might be. Offer commission on sales, and the reason why I say this is because if you've gifted them a product and then you say to them, I'll pay you a commission on each sale. And in Shopify, the simplest way without getting an affiliate app or anything like that, just give them each their own coupon code when you're starting out. So you give them a coupon code, and that coupon code gives the customer a discount, and then you can keep track. They got 10 sales with that, and then you can pay them a percentage. Then you can start signing up for affiliate apps and doing it properly once you start building up your business. If you're doing what the High Smile's doing and getting 1.6 million likes on a photo, you probably want to be doing something more automated, because you'll have too much money coming into your bank account to be dealing with it. So that's what we're hoping for. But at the beginning, just start off with a coupon code. Tell them how you want to use the pictures beforehand, because they will turn around very easily and say, you have not paid me to use your photos on your website or in your email, and you want to be able to use them everywhere. So in the campaign, I always say, when you're setting up a campaign, you just say, we want to use these pictures in these ways. And then they will either apply for the job or they won't apply for it. And then at least you're covered, because also in that summit, in my influencer summit, go and watch it. There's a really good interview with a girl called Christy, and she talks about the legal side of doing this. And I got her on my summit and I thought, oh, we'll just do this one because we should cover some legal. And by the end of it, I was like, whoa, I never ever thought about half of these things. So it's a really good video to watch. She covers so many great aspects when it comes to working with influencers. Like I said, the summit's free. Go and watch it. It's worth seeing these, like the legal side of it, learning about Brand Snob and learning about Glambassador. Because it's very important that you know what you're doing before you actually start working with influencers, in case you go and put all this effort into, I'm going to gift them these products, like Sarah or Holly, you've got high-end products as well. You don't want to send someone an expensive product and then find out that you're not allowed to use the photos anywhere, because that influencer wants to hold the rights to their brand, and then you've just sent them a product, you've gone into all that effort for no reason. Follow up with the influencer. I followed up with one of my clients' influencers the other day, and I said, hey, what happened with that post? And she was, actually, I'm wearing it right now. It's a bra thing. And she actually sent me a photo. She was on a modeling shoot, and she actually sent me a photo of her in this bra at that time. So we had gifted her this product. She had done the photos, and then she was actually using the product afterwards. So that's really good endorsement for us, for this particular brand. So that's something else that we can say, hey, these influencers are not just using it to make money, they're actually using the products as well. So always follow up with the influencer, because it's good to know where they're at, what they've done for you, and how you can work with them in the future. So we know that that girl will be someone that we will be more than happy to gift more products to, because she already loves one, she's wearing it anyway. And if we send her more products, she's going to be more enthusiastic and she's going to do more stuff for us. Repost their content, so you can easily repost anyone's post. You can share their stories, so make sure you're doing that. It's very important that you're actually making the most of that content and not just letting them post it and doing nothing with it. Okay, so this is how you're going to take action immediately. So everyone leaves these sort of sessions and they go, yeah, I wrote down lots of notes and then I did nothing with it. So I want everyone to go away and do something with it. And I want everyone who takes action tonight to email me personally and tell me that you did something, because I love hearing these stories. And I always reply to you. I want to know about this, and I'm more than happy to offer you some advice as well. So please email me when you take action. Create a campaign in Brand Snob or Glambassador. Those two, Glambassador is much cheaper, Brand Snob is more expensive, but they're both great. They've both got different audiences. Set up Swave. Swave, go and watch in the summit. There's the link at the bottom, winningwithshopify.com/summit. Go, and it's completely free for 3 days. You get 3 days of all the content. If you want to pay for the VIP package where you get a lot more stuff, use that code and you can get 50% off the package. I think it works out to about $60 US when you pay for it, and you get access, and there's so much more. There's extra live workshops you get to attend and things like that. But you don't have to, you can do it for free. Watch the video about Swave. He's on day 2. His name is Matan, and he talks about his app, and his app is fantastic. It's getting your current customers to become your influencers. So you're getting someone who already bought your product. They bought it. You didn't ask them to. They bought the product, and then they get an automated email that says, hey, if you actually go and promote this, we'll give you a gift, a cashback, $1, $2, $4. You don't actually have to make it very high. You give them a couple of dollars and they post it on the Instagram. It's all automated. So the app actually does it all. Watch the video and you'll learn. Like, it's fantastic. He reached out to me. Oh no, one of my clients had used him, and I was just finalizing my whole summit, and I was like, yep, these are all my speakers. Heard about this guy and I went, I need to have him on my summit, and I'm so glad I did. It's a really great app. Even just try it out for a month and see how you go. And then ask your current customers. So if you sign up for Swave, you can then ask your current customers to go back and do an endorsement for you. Or you can just not use the Swave app and just contact your customers and say, hey, can you put something up on Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook, wherever it might be, or YouTube, and do a little promotion for you. So that's it. If anyone wants to know more about Just Ask Parker, we actually offer, it's a very unique service. We have all your marketing in one. So we really are about helping people when they're under their first 1,000 sales. So before you start making 10, 20,000 US a month, we are there to help people. So we're very specific. That's where we're at with our marketing. We want you to work with us for 6 to 12 months and then move on to a bigger company. That is our aim. We don't want to keep you forever. We want you to go and be big, big, big. So we offer all the marketing services. We have a special system. You choose the service that you want for that day, whatever you want. There's 100 different tasks, or you add your own task. Then you can also, there's a training section where we want to teach you how to do it yourself. So you can watch the training videos and you can say, hey, I understand this and I'm going to do it myself. So we're not saying we want to do all your tasks. We want to teach you how to run your business. So you might say, watch a video and say, I'm going to do that myself, or I don't want to do that. I'm going to get Just Ask Parker to take care of that task. The other thing we do is mini strategies. So you jump in and there's little strategies where you can say, okay, well, what do I do for a whole month on my marketing for my Instagram? And you can go through step by step, and we give you step-by-step instructions. And then we also have advisors. Uzair and his team are our YouTube and Google advisors. We've got OmniSenders, our email advisors. We've got other advisors as well for Instagram and Facebook and all sorts of things. And they come in and they help our clients be more successful. So my whole thing is that I just want my clients to be successful. I want as many Shopify stores to be successful. There's 700,000 Shopify store owners out there, and there's a lot of people not making sales. So I want to make sure that people make more sales, and that's what we're really there to do. We do a $24 1-week trial. Try us out. If you don't love it, then I don't want you. So we're very much about try it out, because we're not for everyone. We've got a very particular way that we work. So come and try us out and see if it's for you. And you can stay or you can go, and you'll get a lot of benefit from that 1 week, way more than $24. So it's definitely worth signing up for. There's a coupon code there to get a discount. If you've got questions afterwards, please come and find me and ask me, or send me an email. So thank you so much. And now we've got OmniSend, so I don't know if the guys are going to get that up. So thank you.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying this event and learning new things, how to sell online, how to increase your sales, or maybe start selling if you are new to this business. And unfortunately, I'm really sorry that I did not make it be there in person and talk to you live, but I hope this recorded session gonna help you to better understand what is a customer journey, what is a customer retention, how to better retain your customers, how to communicate with them, how to automate your marketing activities, and do it in an omni-channel way. Okay, so as we have a bit less than half an hour for this, so let's start my presentation. I will share the screen. Hope all of you can see that, and still me being there in the corner and having my face there. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Uzair, co-founder and CEO of OmniSend, which is marketing automation tool with a mission to make marketing relevant. Marketing used to be relevant back in the days when people were selling in physical marketplaces or owning small grocery stores where everybody can just, get in, and it was really a lot of communication happening between the merchant, the retailer, and the customer. Not only about the products, not only about their services, but about stories, about sharing stories of personal stories, both for customers and for merchants. Just what's your personal things, what is your personal life, what is good, what is bad, what are you happy about, what are you unhappy about. Talking about community, you are all being fed. Nowadays it's a bit more complicated, especially once you're selling online. But the good news is that a lot of data really helps to personalize this marketing and automate it and really make it more relevant and more personalized for the customers. And tools like OmniSend and others really help you online merchants to do that. It would not be so do it like manual while you're selling online. Yeah, so we do serve more than 50,000 online stores worldwide, so we really know what we do and have a lot of great 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews on different platforms. Shopify, sure, Capterra, G2, GetApp, and other independent review sites as well. So really it shows the trust of our customers as we are really happy. It shows that we create value for the customers. So we're really happy with that and happy with that. So really try us out if you are willing, and there is a great discount, 30% for 3 months for all of you who are attending this meetup. The discount code is Meetup May. Meetup May, all caps. So just use it at a checkout while trying to upgrade OmniSend to premium. There's a free version as well, so you can stick to that as long as you want, lifelong. Okay, but let's jump into the topic. So the first part of it is the fundamental shift which is happening currently. So, and there are three main pillars behind that. First one is that, behavioral data. I have already mentioned at the very beginning that there is a lot of behavioral data which can be collected, can be stored, can be analyzed, and it can be done in the super simple and super easy way. Before that, like 10 years ago, it was a privilege of huge players like Amazon, which had a capacity, which had a lot of data scientists which had technical capacity, but nowadays a lot of tools are really simplifying that, and for anyone who's selling online, it's really available, and you can use it very easily. So it's the first thing that data is becoming really actionable. Actionable data leads to automation and personalization. Definitely, marketing is becoming more and more personalized and more automated. So why is it important is really that we should stop thinking about marketing as something like campaigns. We should start thinking about marketing as something more customer-based, about communication, how to deliver the right message on the right time to the right person and through the right channel. So this is a third build, really, channels. As we do usually use a lot of different channels for our activities, online ad activities, but usually they are completely separated. We're using different tools, they have not been synchronized, and campaigns are not synchronized, even the campaigns not being synchronized. So that means that we're sending email about one product, we're showing Facebook or Google retargeting ads with different products, and we are posting something on Instagram which is not related with the first and the second. So the customer is really being bombarded with too many different messages, and which are not relevant for the customer. So he or she's get confused and not happy about how you treat those. So really, putting it all on one channel is the way to go. And we have proof, numbers, statistics. So we have analyzed a lot of our customers who are using different channels on the single customer flow, and those who are using more than 2 channels on the single customer flow, they have almost double increase in their customer retention. So customers are coming back more and more often once you are using more channels to communicate with them and do it in really synchronized way on one flow. Yeah, so customer journey, we have already told of it. We should stop thinking about campaigns. We should start thinking about customers more, and customer journey is the key thing here. And really, retention of our customer starts at the very, very first visit, which you would say, come on, it's too early. But no, it's not. It's really from the very first visit, you should start working with customer retention. And here we have 5 key stages. We believe that those stages are the most important while you're selling something online. So it's got visitor, subscriber, shopper, customer, and repeat customer. So I will go through all of those stages to better analyze and share some techniques, very practical ones, as I was asked to make the presentation really practical, that you could come back to your office and start using things immediately. So meet Michael. He's a virtual hero of us who is visiting our online store. And first, we don't even know that it's Michael. It's just an anonymous visitor with some ID. And he's visiting our website. And bad news here is that only 3% of all traffic ends up as conversion. That means that 97%, it's an average, 2 to 3%, 97%, 98% of entire traffic for which you have paid to Google, or Facebook, or Instagram, or YouTube, whatever, to acquire this traffic, and it just visits your website, and that's it. You lost. You invested a lot of money for acquisition, and you have lost this traffic. So what to do with that traffic? So my advice: you sign up for these pop-ups. Really, this piece of traffic which has not converted, to convert those into subscribers, not buyers yet, but into subscribers. So we have analyzed our customers who are using different forms of subscribe forms. So just a simple box, you'll add 1%. And a pop-up, let's say pop-up is very, very, very great to be used. So you can double, so 3% being converted, 3% being subscribed, so you kind of double your chances to convert those customers later. So 3% might look very small, but it's double what you get as a conversion. So it's a good number. And if you're using some gamification like Wheel of Fortune, you can increase it up to 10%. And landing pages are the most effective, but landing pages is a bit tricky thing, but you do not get entire of your traffic to those landing pages. So those who you reroute to the landing page, so the conversion rate is great, but you have challenges back. So if you don't want to show too many pop-ups to your customers, so let's say use exited that pop-up, or use this intelligent pop-up, which is being shown after just 2 minutes, or maybe 1 minute spent on your website, or let's say after 4th click, which already shows that visitor is quite engaged with your content he or she sees, and the probability he or she will be willing to exchange personal data on the pop-up shown in exchange of some discount or incentive, it's much higher. So do it intelligent way. Show different pop-ups on different pages with different content, and it will not annoy your customers. Believe in me, and it will increase your chance to close deals and to sell more. And another very important thing, once talking about subscribers, we usually think about email only, but it's not the case anymore. Once we're talking about subscribers, we have in mind, and we should have in mind, email subscribers, SMS subscribers, which goes along with Viber and WhatsApp, push notification subscribers, Facebook Messenger subscribers. So there are so many different channels through which you can communicate with customers, and all of those channels need consent. So ask for different permissions to communicate via different channels, and allow your customers, allow your visitors to choose which channels are the most preferred for them, for your brands to communicate with them, or with the store if you don't have a brand, you just resell some of the goods. So, okay, so visitors being converted to subscribers. So instead of just anonymous, we do know that this is Michael. Already at least we have email address, maybe we have asked for some additional data like phone number, which is great, or maybe name, which is great as awesome, but just don't ask for too much data. They're not willing to give too much. All the things, just ask what is enough, that minimum which is enough. And what to do with those subscribers. So definitely run welcome campaigns. Introduce what your product is about, what your service is about, what are you selling, so why is it great. So here you can see a great example of Dollar Shave Club, that they're introducing all the benefits customers may have while using their service. So it's a great opportunity, and again, once we're thinking about welcome campaigns, it's email, great, but add other channels if you have permission from the customer to communicate. And alongside, start synchronizing the email addresses you have already got with your Facebook and your Google Ads account, and start remarketing campaigns. Welcome campaigns, so just remarketing techniques, because you have email addresses synchronized with Facebook or with Google, and doing remarketing campaigns with welcome message. So really great to see you as a new customer, potential customer. We really admire interest in products, goods we sell, and we welcome you back to come to our store and to complete your first purchase. Maybe there is a discount for first experience, maybe there is a free delivery for your first purchase, etc. So synchronizing and using different channels as well. And let's say a customer got catched by a message and say, okay, I'm interested, and I'm coming back, and I'm becoming a shopper. The customer becomes a shopper. At that time, he's not like a real customer, it's just a visitor. Michael is becoming a shopper. So at the shopper stage, we see intent. That was not like accidental visit, but there is an intent, and we can track the intent of the customers. But I've been adding some products to the shopping cart. They're browsing for some specific categories. And what can we do at this stage? So abandoned cart reminders is the most popular and the most effective automation, and which should be used for anyone who is selling anything online. So again, this is a great example of the products that we are able to identify that someone has left those products in the shopping cart but did not complete the purchase. Around 70% of all the shopping baskets are being abandoned. So it's a huge number. Again, only 30% of those are being completed. So a huge amount of those customers to whom to remind things. So this is the most effective and most popular. And again, once we're talking about abundant cart reminders, we are having email in mind, but don't forget Facebook Messenger. If you have asked for permission, Facebook Messenger is highly effective. There are some restrictions that there's limited time you can use it for promotional messages, but if you manage to do that, the results can be great. Text messages, if you already have a phone number, send some text messages. And nowadays, text messages, SMS messages, are very similar to any other messages, like to short emails, to tweets, to like instant messages, etc. But you can add links, and the links lead to the mobile website version, and the transaction can be completely seamlessly. You don't need to go from a smartphone to a laptop, etc. It just can be completed entire journey in a smartphone. And smartphones are really good. Another great thing, you can add messages to, not messages, sorry, images to those messages. And the third great thing about text messages is that they comply with GDPR, as we're in the European Union still. So GDPR is very important here, and yeah, it's completely compliant. You can add a short link and subscribe, even if you don't want to receive SMSs anymore. Unsubscribe with a single click. Your customers can do it, so it's not an annoying message as it used to be back in the days. It's impossible to unsubscribe. It's intrusive, etc. So no, it's not the case anymore. Another example, part of shopping cart browse abandonment. So browse abandonment it's a great another example for product categories. So even if visitor has not added products to the shopping cart, but we have identified that one is looking to the specific category, let's say in this case to a sports bike, not a commuting bike, but sports bike. So we can run campaigns to remind when we introduce sports bikes we can have. So definitely emails for the category, definitely ads, targeting ads in Google, YouTube, included Facebook, Instagram included in the same campaign. Let's say, so again, showing different models of what kind of sports bikes do we have, and have no doubts that the prospective customer is going to find something to buy. Yeah, so we are reminding about what kind of great products we have. We are running the shopping cart abundant campaigns, browse abundant campaigns, and we have achieved our goal. We have converted visitor into a shopper, into customer. So the person has completed a first purchase from our store. So what to do then? Order confirmation email is a great opportunity to definitely to send some transactional details about that we have. You have purchased this product, we have dispatched, etc. But add something on top a little bit. Just include. Don't make it too promotional. Don't make it, but just like let's say a discount for an next order, which is valid for 2 months. So it's a great opportunity for you to introduce that, or maybe some loyalty stuff. But don't forget that you've got some loyalty points, and here's the link that you're collecting your loyalty points, and there's the link where you can manage it, and of course in that link there are some more promotional messages included. So text messages here are amazing as well. They are so effective, and those transactional messages, they are being read like crazy. Like 95% of our recipients, they read text messages in 5 minutes just after those being sent out. So it's kind of crazy statistics. That's enormous. And yes, that's true. That's absolutely true. And another good thing, we don't receive too many promotional text messages. So we do receive a lot of emails. But so those who are going to start using text messages now going to benefit, because you are going to be one of those people. And again, as in this examples on the slide, you can see, so you are sending purely transactional information augmented with a little bit of promotion. Let's say a discount for next purchase. So the customer is reading the message because there is an important information up there, and getting something valuable at it as well on top. Yeah. So another example. So send order follow-up messages, asking for review, which is great for feedback, offering new products. So really. Use this opportunity to communicate with the customer. So did you like what you had bought? Can you leave as a review? It's very important for us, and it's good for you. It's like for public as social proof. More reviews you have online, more customers gonna believe that you're a trusted source and believe in the products you are selling. It's one thing, and another thing is really a great opportunity for you to get a real feedback from your customers. And if someone is unhappy about the product, which has been sent all about the service, about the entire experience with your store. So it's a great opportunity even to pick up a phone and call. So and instead of unhappy, unsatisfied customer, there's a great opportunity for you to get this knowledge about the customer and identify that the customer is unhappy and convert the one into a satisfied one. So the research shows that the most satisfied customers are not those who, for whom the process went completely smooth, but those who had something in the process, but it was solved immediately and in a good way. So those are the most satisfied customers. And cool. So now we have a customer. We are communicating with the customer. We even got much more data about the customer at this point, like address, physical address, etc. And our goal is here to repeat, to convert those customers into repeat customers. So what techniques can be applied there? So cross-sell. So it's a great opportunity to retain a customer immediately, offering something which is related with the product which the one has purchased. So which is related, which is complementary, which is somehow good fit with the product which already was purchased. So cross-sell. So a couple of examples. If you have bought a shaving, so maybe some styling products, maybe shaving butter, maybe cloth shave cream, etc. Again, this is an example. Maybe face wash. Perfect example. And you can do it immediately. You can even say that, okay, if you complete this purchase immediately, we will include it in the same package, and you will not be forced to pay for delivery once more. So maybe it's kind of urgent. Buy now, free delivery, because you can receive that in the same. You can make a custom, which is depends on what kind of business you're dealing in, what your business is. So this is a great example. The cake store in the UK, our customer for quite a long time already. So they are selling cakes. Usually people are buying cakes for some annual occasion. So they are making automated campaigns 340 days after the order was placed. So it's a high probability that if I have bought a cake for my birthday, I'm willing to buy a new cake after 1 year because I have my new birthday after 1 year. So this is a great example. You adopt marketing information close to your business needs and to your business specifics. And a lot of other great examples about customer workflows like quiz. Some quiz, it's another opportunity to interact with the brand and to communicate for the brand with the customer. So do it. Think over, upgrade. If you have something as like subscription business, if you are selling something, as a subscription box, maybe you have an opportunity for upgrade. So we have chosen the basic version. There is a premium version. So what about upgrading? And again, once doing that, email is a great channel to communicate. There are much more channels, great channels to do that. Push notifications, they're very effective as well. Viber, WhatsApp, depends on the country, etc. But again, really great examples where you can communicate with your customers. And research we have made shows that those customers who receive at least 3 messages in a row through different channels or through a single channel but just 3 messages, they are much more likely to come back and to complete the purchase. So, and the probability increases by 100%, like doubles. So really, this is what I'm kind of talking with our customers usually, that they are sending just 1 email for abundant cart reminder and only 1 email for order confirmation. It's not enough, guys. It's not enough. So send at least 3 emails, add 1 before push notification, and the 5th text message in it. It will not be too much. I mean, don't do it at once. So, but while you're using it on a single flow, while you're using it in an omni-channel way, you can make it as a proper campaign, and the customer will not get annoyed because you're sending too many messages, because they're relevant. You're sending them relevant time with relevant message inside. So that's very important. So, and to wrap up, really, so again, coming back to what we have started with. So we have a lot of behavioral data. The best segmentation, the best personalization is based on what our customers are doing online, on our web stores, how do we interact with our promotional messages, emails, push notifications, text messages, do we react to it, so this is the best data, which can be used to really automate and personalize marketing. And marketing automation is a great thing because you set up once and you just you do another job, you sleep, and tools do the job on behalf of you. And you just, in the morning, you track your sales, which is the best thing to do for any business owner. And definitely doing it in omni-channel way is very, very important, because otherwise you don't synchronize your data, you get into some confusing situations, and you may bombard your customers with too many messages from different channels which are not related, which are not personalized, which are not relevant at that moment. So I'm doing it in omni-channel way, putting it on a single flow, and augmenting email, which is still at the core, I have no doubts, but augmenting with different channels is very, very important and is the most effective way to do it. Okay guys, so yeah, you can see my credentials here, so drop me a message. I'm using LinkedIn and Twitter, so any of those I would really like to connect there. And I hope really you enjoyed this presentation and you have learned something new, and you will apply that most important thing after any seminar, any meetup. Just go back home or go back to the office and start applying new things you have learned. So thank you for attention and have a great night. Bye for now.
Okay. Cool. Just give me a moment while I switch on my slide. Martin, my mic is working? Yep. Okay, so we move on to the last presentation of the evening. So thank you so much, everyone. Really lovely to see you all over here. My name is Uzair, and along with my wife, Fazana, who's at the back, we run SF Digital. So the business has been going on since 2002. We started off as traditional photographers. As the internet came along, Google, Amazon, eBay, Facebook, YouTube, and so on, our work changed completely from being social photographers into product photography, then videos, headshots, and pretty much everything to do with imaging and videography. Now, some of our clients who you're working with, they said, well, you're doing our videos and photos, why can't you do our website? And then we got into website. Because these two are the most important things on any website, images and videos. If you got these two 100% correct, then your website is going to look really, really good. When you have a website, then what you need is traffic. So in 2010, when the doom and gloom started, our traditional marketing activities weren't working, i.e. magazine advertising was getting expensive, trade shows, fairs and business events, etc. So I looked at Google AdWords. I thought, oh, everybody's talking about it, let me have a look. And I started to get really good results. And before you know it, all our friends and family members started to pester me. Can you have a look at my campaign? How are you getting 1p clicks? Yes, I used to get penny clicks in those days. It was just crazy. So then I found out that, okay, there is a niche, there is a demand. People are looking for this kind of expertise and skill set. So you'll see these two logos along on our all our marketing, which is the Google Partner and the YouTube Certified logos. So the Google Partner is for the paid advertising. So we are certified by Google, and if it works, the other way. And we get trained by Google directly. So they host events regularly in London to learn the latest and the greatest they have to offer. And YouTube Certified is for the organic video marketing, which is absolutely huge. I will send out an email to all of you later on, which will explain how I started a 90-day video marketing challenge, which completely transformed and changed the way we market our business. So the challenge was to upload one video a day for 90 days and see what happens, because our YouTube channel was pretty much zero. And I'm talking about January of 2018, so not many moons ago. And within 3 months, I had the answer that video is the future of marketing our business. And I would highly, highly recommend that if you take something away from today, Caroline gave some really good pieces of nuggets. Video, for me, is the key. I mean, you saw how many people raised their hands. Only one. So there's a huge gap. And if you just get over it, I cringe at looking at my own videos. I hate myself on the videos. But I've got over it, because when people send me nice comments, feedbacks, engagement, interaction, and obviously I'm getting new customers, I just keep on making it. I'm not sitting there watching my own videos. So please get started. So I'm going to give you some really good information, practical things which you can take away and take action. So as Caroline asked before, how many of you are doing videos? Only one person in the whole room. How many of you are using analytics and looking at analytics on a regular basis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, handful. Good. Because that's also the big takeaway. You need to have your analytics. You need to see what's happening and what's not happening on the website. And I'm going to show with you what you need to see. Because we all know, when you ask somebody, oh, what would you like? I would like more leads and more customers. That's the main goal. That we all know. But how do we get somebody to say yes? That's what we're going to look at. So before you start any kind of marketing or advertising campaigns, right? Online, offline, or whatever, you need to know what's happening on your website or your landing pages. If you were to drive a car and first thing we do is sit down, what do? We look at the dashboard, right? Then whilst we're driving, we're constantly looking at the dashboard all the time. Now, what if I were to blank out your dashboard? Would you be able to drive? it will be pretty dangerous and difficult to drive without a dashboard. And that's what happens when you drive advertising and marketing campaigns without a dashboard. You don't know what's working, what's not working, where your money is being wasted, and where you are making money. Are there any red lights popping up? How much fuel you've got in the tank and all sorts of things. So a dashboard is just a bird's eye view of what is happening on your website through Google Analytics. Analytics is just a minefield. You've got so many things in there, people get, their mind boggles. So we create a simple dashboard. Within 10 seconds, you look at it and you know what's happening, right? So we create a dashboard. And then I call the ABC of Google Analytics, which is the acquisition, behavior, and conversion. That's it. That's all you need to worry about. Nothing else. How you get the clients or leads or traffic to your website, how you're acquiring it, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever. When they do come from these channels, how are they behaving on your website? Are they converting, not converting, engaging, interacting, taking the call to actions which you want them to do? A lot of the time, unfortunately, most websites don't have a strong call to action. They'll just have a buy button. That's it, take it or leave it. There's no other call to action. So you need to have these micro goals, which I'll talk about in a second. And obviously the last one is the most important one, which is the conversions, which we all need on a website. So the way we engage how good or bad the quality of traffic is by setting up goals and event tracking on our website. And then you'll get a complete bird's eye view as to whether traffic from your emails when they land on your website are good, or Facebook, or Google, YouTube, and so on. So we all want the visitor on our website to say yes, right? You want them to buy. We all want to. Could I have a show of your hands? How many of you are? Have you got a live Shopify store right now? Okay, most of you. So that's the name of the game, right? You want people who come to your website or visitors on your website to say yes and buy your products. How do you do that? So it's exactly the same way where somebody proposes it to someone and hopefully the other person says yes, right? How do you reach that point to get somebody to say yes? So if someone walks into a bar or a pub or a club or wherever, and that person goes straight up and says, would you marry me? Because that's the goal. It'll be a big fat no, or if that person says yes, you better leg it, because it's that crazy person saying yes straight up, right? So how do you get that goal of marrying someone? It's the same goal as to getting somebody to say yes and buy your product or services. So step one is you go up to that person at the bar or wherever, introduce yourself, say hello, start a conversation, right? Have some drinks together. Then you start a conversation, possibly exchange numbers, go out on dates, coffees, dinners, etc. Become a couple, move in together, get engaged, and then you get married. So now you're trying to get from there right up to there in one straight, in an instant. It won't happen. These are the various touch points which will happen to get somebody to say yes. And the same thing will happen when someone comes onto your website. You will welcome them, introduce them yourself, either through text or in video format. Yeah? Then you track the time on site. How long are they staying for? Or are they bouncing off after 5 seconds? Are they viewing a video? Number of pages per visit. I'll send you the slides if you would like. That's not a problem. So you don't need to write each and every. Rather you stay with me than try to scribble and write or type. How many pages per session? Because the more pages they visit, the more interested they are. They're looking around, browsing around. It's the same thing as when someone walks into a physical store and they go around the various aisles. They're looking, but they're not converted, but they're almost there, and they just need a little push to get their hand in their pocket. Compared to somebody who walks into a store and walks straight out. And the store owner will think, well, why are they all walking out? Is it the lighting, the smell? They haven't even looked at the products. They haven't looked at the prices. So I know it's not the product or the price. They just came in and they went out. Those are what we call the bouncers. You don't want them. Yeah, we try and ignore, and we can avoid them through Google Analytics. Did they click on any social media share buttons? You know, you have these Facebooks and Twitters and all that. Did they scroll to the bottom of the page or not? If your buy button is at the bottom and they're not scrolling down, they're never going to buy because they're not seeing that button. Become an email subscriber, and then the conversion. So these are the various engagements and the touch points which we track through Google Analytics to see the level of engagement and interest of a person when they're on your website. So then we break this into two kinds of conversions. One is called the micro, the small conversions which lead to the main goal or the main conversion or the macro conversion. If you're not tracking these micro goals and conversions, you will never be able to track those big conversions properly. So I would highly recommend that you track each and every conversion on your website. And if you don't have those call to actions on your website, then I would recommend that you put them up. A video is a great way to see people, because if somebody clicks on a video and views that video for 3 minutes, they're sitting on your website for 3 minutes. So you know they're engaged with you. They like your content, they're watching, they're listening to your message and your brand. Yeah? So you send lots of people to your website. Yeah? Now, the average conversion rate on any first-time visitor to any website is around 2.5%. You would agree with that, right? So what about the other 98, 97%? They're just walking away without buying anything or converting. So how do you go back to them is through remarketing, right? Because those 10% or 20, 15% bouncers, we cut them out completely. We don't want to go after them because they're never going to convert. So why waste more money of trying to show more ads to them? So we ignore them from our remarketing campaigns. But this is where the fun is. This is where you can make a huge amount of potential sales and profits. They were interested, but they just didn't cross that line. They didn't take that. They put the hand in their pocket, didn't take out the credit card. And that's what you want to focus. And once you start to see those micro goals, then you'll see a completely different way of looking at analytics. Oh wow, I thought Facebook traffic was really converting, but it's the worst one. Or Google was really good, but it's not, or it's the most expensive. So we can set up all these goals and we put value. How much is the value of somebody views my video? I can't put a monetary value to it, but we have a point scoring. If somebody views a video 25%, 50, 75, and 100%, a person who views the 100% of the video is more valuable to me than somebody who views 25%. So I'm going to go after that 100% people very, very aggressively with all my remarketing ads. Yeah? So that's how you need to look at the overall picture as to how many people got engaged and interacted on your website. So now to win a war, you've got to attack from all sides, not just send a few F-16s and throw a few bombs and come back. You'll never win the war, right? You got to. That's why you have Army, Navy, and Air Force, because you attack from everywhere. And that's what I try and do with all my campaigns and for our client campaigns. Because unless you don't have a very strong brand, and even big brands are doing this, using the same strategy, is hitting the audience at every touch point possible. You go and look at a product on Amazon or Marks and Spencer's or John Lewis, the same blooming product will follow you all over the internet, yeah? And then you will say, yeah, I give up, take my money, right? And this is what we call a multi-touch, touch-point marketing campaign. You follow them around. Don't pester them like, some campaigns are very annoying. Every 2 seconds that same blooming ad pops up. No, you want to be like the CIA or the FBI, very discreetly follow them, and they don't even know that they're being followed, right? Not right in front of their faces all the time. You do that very discreetly. So we have search ads. Now I'm talking about Google right now, Google and YouTube. So when you type something in Google, you get the search ads on the top 4 and at the bottom of the page. Then you have the shopping ads, either on the top or on the right-hand side. Yeah, those are only for physical products. So if you got a Shopify store and you're selling physical products, you can run shopping ads, not for digital products. Then you have your display ads. So when you go to independent newspaper or ESPN or all these, there are over 2 million websites, high-quality websites, where Google can place your banner ads, image ads, or video ads on these placements. Obviously, you got YouTube as the second largest search engine, which is owned by Google, with video ads. This is also one of my favorite, Gmail ads. Not many people do that. Sorry?
Since when did Gmail do ads?
Long time. Not many people do that. And what you can do is you can target your campaigns in such a way that if someone, a company or your competitor sends an email out to one of the subscribers, your ad can be shown. So you are piggybacking on somebody else's brand. You don't even need to have a list. So that's a very sneaky way of getting in front of your audience, right? So you just set them all up and then let Google and Gmail do its work. And then obviously we have our remarketing, which can be image as well as video ads. Yeah. Dynamic remarketing is where if someone sees a particular product on your website, then the same product will show up in the ads. So then we move on to the types and the kinds of campaigns, what type of campaigns we do. You must run a brand campaign. Now you would say, well, I've got search rankings, so I come up on Google page 1. Why should I spend money on brand, on my own brand? It's because it's to stop your competitors hogging up that top spot on Google. Because if they are bidding on your name or your brand, they can be number 1. And you'll be maybe 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how good your organic rankings are. Most Shopify owners don't have any organic rankings, right? So you got to run your brand campaign. Then you bid on your competitor's name. Even though they might be trademark, you can run it. The only way you can't run ads is if you use that trademark in your ads. You can't do that. So let's say I'm Samsung. I can run ads or show my ads when somebody searches iPhone, buy iPhone, and then Samsung ad comes up. But I cannot say iPhone in there because that's somebody else's trademark. So you can bid on trademarks, but you can't use the trademark in your ads. Yeah. Then obviously you have your different types of products campaign. DSA are really good. You let Google do all the hard work. Google is going to look at your website and is going to match your products to that audience who Google thinks are likely to be interested in your products. So DSA are really, really good. Video. GDN, which is the Google Display Network with image and text ads. You can run also video ads as well. And this is what I mean by attacking from all sides. What most people do is just do like a search ad, and that's it. How many of you are doing a variety of different campaigns? One. What sort of campaigns are you running, sir?
Facebook ad and Google ad.
Facebook and Google, yeah.
But very crudely.
Yeah. But this is just on Google and YouTube I'm talking about. We've not even looked at Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Right? This is just on Google and YouTube at the moment. Okay. Then we look at, move on from the targeting to the audiences. So we've got to have an audience to target. So what kind of audiences we need, and what kind of campaigns we can run to target those audiences. So I can target by keywords. I can target by topic. Affinity is a long-term interest. So if I'm interested in, let's say, cricket or football, and I go to ESPN to check the cricket score every day, Google knows I'm interested in cricket. That's a long-term affinity or long-term interest. So all of us will have some kind of interest, hobbies. You know, you can go and to websites which has got fashion. Every day you check out the latest and the greatest gears on fashionable items or perfumes or whatever. You can go to golfing websites, you can go cooking or whatever it is. Affinity is long-term audience. There is a category in Google. In-market is really good. In-market is as it says, they are in the market to buy, or they are looking for that product or service. For the data is about 7 days old. So if you've searched for something in the past 7 days, Google knows you are in that in-market audience. So I can type in, if I want to target mobile phones, somebody searched for buy mobile smartphones, I can target that audience. So same thing for car insurance. We only go looking for car insurance once a year. So then we can set up a campaign that, okay, I just want to show my ads to those people who have searched for those terms in the last 7 days or so. So it's a very, very strong audience. RLSA, remarketing list for search ads. So you can remarket on the Google platform as well using search ads. But you need a minimum of 1,000 people in your audience list. And obviously the placements. So if I was selling a product which foodies love, right? A utensil which can be used to make your cooking more enjoyable, or makes your food taste better, and I want to target foodies, I can target all the YouTube videos which are about food or cooking, or Jamie Oliver's and the Gordon Ramsays, because that audience I know is absolutely 101% my audience. So those channels and those websites and the blogs about food are all monetized by ads. That's how they monetize. They, all these top chefs, they made millions on the back of showing the recipes for free. They show the whole blooming recipe, or here's how we make a burger or a steak. They don't hold back. Right? You show them the best content, and then you see what happens, because people will start to trust you and they are going to buy from you. And the same thing which I'm doing for my YouTube channel is to show away all my best content. Lots of people told me, oh, don't show everything. How will you sell? I've got online courses, but people still buy. They still come to me, oh, can you help me with my campaigns? Because they trust me. They know that I know my stuff. So if you got content, put out the best content. Don't send out half-baked content. Talking about topics, there are 2,222 topics right now in Google. Now, it might be difficult to read, but the first one is arts and entertainment, celebrity and entertainment news, comics and animation, cartoons, comics. All of these topics, they're all Google knows what we are looking for. And oh, is that something, an echo coming up? Oh, it's I think it's the YouTube Live or something. Well, you can watch me live over here, not on your phone. So these categories are there. You just pick and choose which one is. So I'm sure out of 2,222, one or two of them will be applicable to you. So I've got that list. I'll send that out to you. It's in a Google Sheet, so you can use it. Yeah. Then when I talked about the dashboard, that's what I mean. Just have a simple dashboard which shows you all the metrics in a snapshot. Now we've got dashboards for Google Ads, Analytics, Google Search Console, and so on. Or you can have all your other metrics from Facebook or Instagram in a Google Sheet and then import that into Google Data Studio, and you will be able to see what's working and what's not working. The good thing about this is you change the date range, and then the data will change, and then it will compare it to that previous date range. So that's a very easy way to keep up to date. You don't need to print out reports or ask your agency to send you reports every month or so. So you can get all of these in one place. The other thing is when you are running a campaign is you've got to test, because without testing it, it is impossible to see what is working and what's not working. So when I'm running campaigns, I test loads and loads of different audiences. So again, it's very difficult to read the numbers from the back, but you'll see that all of these are campaigns if you're familiar with the Google Ads dashboard. Now, this is a very interesting thing over here. The top campaign, the click-through rate is 0.05, and the cost per click is 71 cents, which is the most expensive out of this lot, except this one is 72. But a lot of them are cheap at 32, 30, 39. What most people will do is pause that campaign straight up. Oh, click-through rate is rubbish. It's very expensive. I'm going to pause it, right? But that is the best performing campaign. Because if you were to look at the number of conversions, I've got 263 over there, which is the highest out of this lot. The cost per conversion, £1.29. That's for a sign-up, a lead. The cheapest out of this lot, this is 13, 9, 890, 891, and so on. So all these metrics like click-through rates and CPCs and views, and all, these are all vanity. The buck stops with conversions, cost per conversions, and your ROAS. How much are you getting back when you spend $1 or £1 on Google? So don't go by, oh, you got to let it run as well. Don't freak out and get nervous, oh my God, £100 have gone through. I'm going to stop it. Because let it run and see the data, and then target all the different audiences, target the different devices. You may be spending a lot of money on your mobile campaigns, but your website may be running very slow. So we test computers, mobiles, tablets, and then see what is working and what's not working. So on your seats, we've got this special offer for you, where we will work together with you and train you. If you need us to manage your campaigns, that's fair enough, but most people I work with, they want to learn as they go along. So, but what we do is we set up your analytics, your macro goals, event tracking, conversion trackings, and all these tags, set up your dashboard. You also get 4 hours, 1 hour sessions, either on a weekly, fortnightly, or monthly basis, because you will get assignments. First, we look at where you are, what you need to do. I'll give you a series of things to do. And you get access to my online training courses as well, which has got everything you need to learn about Google Ads, YouTube Ads, YouTube organic rankings, and how to get traffic through Google and YouTube, which has got, I think, more than 200 videos and over 50 hours of video content. So if you're interested, have a word with us, any one of us afterwards. But with that, we come to the end of this presentation. Do you have any questions, anyone, either for myself or for Caroline?
Are you recording this session?
Yes, yeah. We'll send you the recordings, yeah. We had a bit of a techie hiccup earlier on, but yeah, it's been recorded, yeah. So we are around here if you wish to talk to us. Thank you so much for your, yeah.
Just one minute.
Just give me 1 second, I'll get you the mic.
Hold it really close.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just
Yeah.
hold it really
Is that on?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I was going to ask, actually, maybe for Caroline more, is about podcasting, because I know it's not particularly your talk now,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it does tie into that as well.
Yeah.
And it seems to be something that's really
That
popular
is
and
one
growing.
more channel. Yeah, that's one more way
So
to.
another channel which I'd
She's
like to
really
ask,
good with podcasts.
and
I'm glad
sure
you
the
asked.
answer would probably benefit us all.
What do you do?
Well, we run a low-carb brownie business. You might have spoken to us before. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't
That's
realize.
okay.
Sorry, I've actually spoken to these guys on the phone, so I do a lot of consulting over the phone, and I just realized that we were on the phone. Sorry, I didn't even realize.
That's good.
So nice to see you. That's great. You want a podcast?
Yeah. We're really interested.
Yeah.
It's quite a niche area we're in, and so we're thinking we could really get something going, which would be for educational, promote us, build community, that sort of thing.
So when I spoke to you both, you were saying that you started your business. Well, you bought it from someone else. You bought your business. But you started it because you were looking at having a healthier lifestyle yourself. So then you came into that. And that's what I was speaking to you both about. That's something that you should let everyone know, because at the moment it's like your website says, and their photos are amazing, by the way. If anyone wants to know what good photos look like on a website, they have amazing photos on their website.
Thank you.
Low carb.
Deliciouslyguiltfree.com. Deliciouslyguiltfree.com. We've got some brownies with us as well, actually.
Oh, you said you're going to give me
They're
some.
for you.
They're for me. Who's my friend tonight?
Speak to us, because right now we're actually having problems with our domain. It's a long story. If you want to see our photos, come and speak to us.
Fantastic. And that's why I was saying that you have amazing photos. You've got an amazing product. You're very, very particular about your product. But you're not letting everyone know your story. And I think your story is really good. So yes, podcasting for you two is perfect. I think that that's really good. I've got another client. They're not here tonight. They usually come to my meetups. They have a coffee. It's like a health coffee. And I spoke to you about that brand as well. They've got a health coffee, and it's for workouts, and then also just for being healthy. And I said that they should be podcasting as well. So if you're just selling iPhone covers, you probably don't have much of a story to tell with a podcast. But has anyone got a business here that they might think might be good for podcasting, or they might want to do?
Yeah, I teach web and mobile advertisement.
Yeah, then definitely 100%. Yourself?
I have a skincare company, organic and vegan.
Organic and vegan? Skincare. Yeah, so you could actually have a podcast all about looking after yourself and being healthy, and depending on who you sell to. So what I was saying about saying earlier about knowing your customer, if your customer might be women over the age of 40, for example, I'm just guessing, but it might not be, but then you could actually have a podcast very specific. And if you look up podcasts and see what's out there, there's being more niche is much better. Like my podcast, Winning with Shopify, I only discuss Shopify. On top of that, I only discuss newbie Shopify owners. So there's a couple of other Shopify podcasts out there, and they're much more broad. They're just about Shopify in general. But I know that the people that listen to my podcast are there specifically for being a newbie, and they love what I talk about because it's much more focused on themselves. And everyone comes to me and says, I love your podcast because I know that I'm going to get information that I can use. And so having a podcast that's very niche would be really beneficial, but you have to know your customer first. You guys know your customer, they are you. So I think that you could definitely target on that. And we were speaking about, you've got some products that would be good for like things like celiac and different sorts of health problems. You could have specific podcast episodes about those things as well. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Anyone else? Anyone else for the mic?
I'll say something though.
Yeah.
I actually just today when I was looking at my ads, I was running an ad for Google and it was on intent, and then one that was more general and for my business. Yeah, so it's targeting Shopify store owners. And today I looked at my statistics to decide what was staying on. I think it's been running for a week. My ads running on intent, so people that had already looked at Shopify.com, for example, that got a 50% better, 100% better return than the other ads. So it's what you're talking about is different types of ads, how different they can run.
It's brilliant. So the best ones which are my favorite are the CIA, which is the custom intent audience. So you can take that, what you've done just now, is you can put in 4 or 5 web URLs and tell Google, I'm looking for those visitors who go to these kinds of websites, and put in about 5 or 10 keywords. Google will know exactly what you are looking for. So it's kind of like pixeling your competitors and getting those. I mean, I'm not saying that you will get that same audience, but the same type of audience. And the other one is custom affinity audience, and the same thing. You try it and run it, and you will get some amazing results.
And we did a video about that on YouTube 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll send it.
So on your YouTube channel,
Yeah,
it's up there?
yeah,
or it's
we'll
going
send
up?
it to them. Yeah, we'll send it to them. Yeah.
I was just wondering, do you have any examples of videos that you've made for clients that you could share with us? Oh, sorry. I was just wondering if you have any examples of videos that you've made for clients that you could share with us so we could maybe sort of see the sort of thing that can be achieved?
Yeah, all sorts of videos we've done or we can do. Most of the videos which we are now doing is we are teaching our clients or educating them how to use these to create high quality videos. 4K, and that's all you need. You don't need fancy gizmos or gadgets, just a little bit of light and a microphone, and you're up and running. And that's how we do that. The gentleman over there.
Yeah. So how specific can you get on the CIA ads? In terms of, let's say, I've got a gourmet spice company. Do I target people who go to BBC Good Food or look for Indian recipes on?
So we have
BBC
done
Good
a campaign for a local client of ours. They run a country food store, right? So we have got a list of about, I think, right now over 800 web URLs and videos which are all about food. That's it. So every time we start a new campaign, we don't need to spend or waste budget on testing. We've got that in the initial campaign, from the initial campaigns. All we do is take those placements, put it on the new campaign, boom, because that audience on those BBC Good Food, and there are millions and millions of websites out there just on food. And we can target those straight up.
But I think part of your question, what to start off with, like how to do it, I think that targeting on the very specific, if it's Indian types of websites that have that, not BBC Food overall.
But if it's the foodie who goes to BBC Good Food, can you go, is it just the URL or can you actually tailor if they're looking at specific types?
So you can do,
for example,
so if
they might not then bake, they might
So Indian compared to Chinese food, for example, yeah.
But you can be very specific because there will be some websites all about that niche.
Right.
Chinese cooking, Mexican, Indian, or whatever. Once we found those placements, that's fine. But now with all the new artificial intelligence and machine learning coming in, the placements and keywords are getting even more irrelevant because Google knows what it is. It's exactly like the Google Maps. It will tell you straight up that in so many minutes you are going to reach your destination. Even though you think it's only 1 mile, but 40 minutes away, because it knows how bad the traffic is in front of us. So with all these artificial intelligence, it is really taking these campaigns to the next level. But you got to feed the right data to get the good results out. If you feed the machine irrelevant and bad data, you're going to get really bad results. Yeah.
Pinterest
Yes,
will
sir.
be good for you as well.
Which we have not even touched yet. So we have
Yeah.
had a
Pinterest
conversation.
ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have missed your parts of your presentation earlier. Why would you recommend Shopify, using the Shopify platform as opposed to WordPress or just a standard HTML, CSS program?
No, good question. Like I said earlier, I really talk about at this moment. So Shopify at this moment is the best platform for 95% of e-commerce stores. And the main reason is it's super simple. So you can just sort of log in and anyone can set up their website. You guys did your own website, yeah? You made your, yeah. Holly's done her own as well. So, so a lot of people are doing their own. If you would have asked me this question about 4 years ago, and WooCommerce, that was for sure. And Shopify was just really starting out to get more popular. And I, at that stage, was saying to people, don't do it, because there wasn't enough apps out there. There wasn't enough options. But some stores can't do Shopify. Like there's certain medication sort of things, or now they're allowing CBD, but they're not allowing certain medical things on there. So there are some brands that still can't, some products that still can't be on there. But generally speaking, Shopify, just because it's simple, you can jump on there and you can set up a website quickly, and it gives you all the options that you need very easily. Yeah.
And the cha-ching sound is cool.
Sorry?
And the cha-ching sound is very cool.
Yes, yeah. Anyone else? Okay, so, thank you so much on behalf of all of us for coming over. We are here, so please do come and talk to us. Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you in person.